You want to know the truth about expedited U.S. entry waiver applications? Well, don't be fooled by these false claims because they don't exist. Ken Scott, Senior, U.S. Immigration Law Intelligence Analyst with www.usentry-waiver-services.com. And guys, I want to jump right on this topic. So today I got a call from a guy. He called, I'll call it a discount waiver company in Ontario, go figure. They tried to scam him, again, go figure. And amongst other things, there's many things, but among other things, the gentleman said that they told him he can fill out an application while his waiver is pending and enter the USA. So let's say if his crime or conviction was for, let's say, car theft, they're telling him that he could fill out an application to ask for permission to enter the USA or enter the USA while the waiver is being processed. Okay, guys, first of all, that's straight bullshit because there's no such thing as that. There's a thing called advanced parole where you basically contact CBP, and if you have an urgent business or humanitarian reason, at their discretion, they grant that. But the way he explained it, it wasn't even advanced parole, it was an actual paper application you fill out and enter while the waiver is pending. So there's no such thing as an expedited waiver. No such thing. And advanced parole by itself is going to be hard to get these days, especially since Donald Trump has become president. Because the borders have the mindset that if you knew you were inadmissible for a certain period of time, let's say if you knew you were inadmissible for, let's say 15 years, why the hell didn't you go ahead and get this thing resolved within that 15-year window, meaning get a waiver or etc. And they don't have much sympathy when it comes to parole. They just don't. They're very hard to get now because the mindset again is, why didn't you resolve this during that froze? Oh, for a second that froze. So, but like I said, I don't know if it caught on or not because I froze, but they don't have any sympathy for that. Do you have plenty of time to get a waiver done? We had a client who her mother was in the hospital passing away. She tried to get a parole to go down there to give her last wishes. They said no. And that client's going to have to live with this for the rest of her life. They told her no. And they knew full well the client's mom was in hospital, and they knew full well her mom was on her deathbed. They knew this, and they still said no. They said you had enough time to get this problem resolved. And this client that I'm talking about, she didn't even have criminality. She had an immigration violation. So it goes to show you that at CBP, they don't play. So you guys got to take this stuff. I don't know. I don't know how to even say it, but you guys have to look at this stuff in a very serious manner. This is nothing to joke around about. And the thing is, these waiver companies, and the guy said, and I told you guys this before. I told you guys within 1 to 3 minutes, the discount waiver company is going to ask you guys for a credit card and try to grab a number from you so they can run a payment. Sure enough, he said the same exact thing, except he said within 1 minute, the guy was pushing for a credit card, credit card number. And they do that because they have to lock you in. Because what happens is once they lock you in, they can start charging your card for all kind of miscellaneous things. And quite often you're scammed. You don't get any service, you get shoddy service, or they ghost you. But they have your credit card number. We don't do that ourselves. We only got a phone with a guy, I think about 10 minutes, going over details, A to Z, told him our fee schedule. And yeah, that fees were a lot cheaper, and it's cheaper for a reason. It's because they're scammers. They want quick, fast money. Because the way we charge our fees, we start at 2,500 and we go up to 60K. But the 60K client, that's you can imagine who that is. So generally speaking, I can't even tell what range we stay in because it's all over the map. But because we have a 99% success rate in this stuff, we can charge that. And me being a former federal officer and former law enforcement officer who was previously posted in Washington State right behind me, because I'm in Surrey, BC, like I said, we know, or I know the inside stuff, and I can still make phone calls to people in the US government to ask questions. So we have the same materials they use at DHS to get you guys cleared. In fact, it's their materials. It's we have their manuals and regulations. We know how they're going to adjudicate this stuff. We know what they're going to look for, what they're not going to look for. We know how to approach it. We had a guy today not to go into too much detail about his situation, but I explained to him how CBP was going to approach his file, and then based upon that, I'll just say we made some adjustments. I'll just say that, leave it at that, and he'll get his waiver. It's fine. And he had a fairly serious conviction. I'll just say that. So you guys, you keep listening to these $900 or $850 discount waiver companies, especially out in Ontario. You guys keep doing it, and the more you guys get scammed and ripped off, you only blame yourselves. Don't blame me. Don't blame anyone but yourselves because you guys have been warned. And what this guy did was he Googled it, what they were talking about, and them themselves. And he saw all the scam reviews and all the scam comments about this discount waiver company out there in Ontario. Ontario is full of discount waiver scam companies. Guys, don't take my word for it. Do your own research, look online, and you're going to see just what I said is true. It's because out there, they keep focusing on price as opposed to quality. They want the quick, fast money. So we don't do that. We don't have to do it. Our reputation speaks for itself. We clear a lot of the former big fish here in BC, Alberta, Brampton, and a couple of big ones that were back in Montreal. But the big ones out here in West Coast Canada, that's who we clear. And again, we have a 99% success rate. So don't know what else to say. Ken Scott, Senior, U.S. Immigration Law Intelligence Analyst for www.usentryWaiverServices.com. That's 888-908-3841 or 604-562-8140. Stop believing these discount waiver companies. Stop believing what these lawyers tell you. They're filling you guys full of baloney. And I'm out. Have a great day.